Hello and welcome, everyone. Hi, beautiful soul, and thank you for stopping by on my page or wherever you might be seeing this video. My name is Kriss from the holisticsolution.net, and today I want to take a couple of minutes to talk to you about trauma, because trauma is being talked about so much more these days. And mind you, the time of this recording is 2023. So yes, trauma, what is trauma and why do we have it? My intention is to explain this to you in a really simple way so it benefits you for your own life, your own circumstances, your own comprehension of whether it may be affecting you with what's going on in your life or maybe not. So trauma, basically, in a really simple way, and this is not a medical definition by any means, and this video is also not intended to make any medical claims or to cure you in a medical way. I am not a doctor. I am a holistic therapist and a well-being and health coach and a nutritional therapist, and I come from this perspective. And of course, I come from my own experience. You may have read on my website about me and about the trauma I experienced. So trauma is, in a sense, a disturbance of our energy field. We are energy beings, and we have to acknowledge that when we come into this world, we start to learn things. We are not given a blueprint of how the world works, like a manual, like when you buy an electrical piece of equipment, for instance, a phone or, a kitchen gadget, and it tells you press this and it will do that or whatever. Life doesn't work like this. We have to learn and we have to figure it out ourselves. So when we are little, when we are children, and maybe you have children in your life right now, and I hope if you do that this will be of benefit, it will inspire you to shift your perspective, to shift how you look at things, how you deal with things. So when we are little, we try to make meaning of the situations and the experiences we are making, right? And so when something happens and that is not in line with our natural harmonic and vibration, because everything is energy and energy has frequencies. When you're feeling low, your frequency is low. When you're feeling excited, joyful, high, we even say it, our frequency is high, our vibration is high. So when we are children and things happen, things that are out of our alignment or out of our vibration, away from that joy vibration that we are actually meant to be on, that we are born in, curiosity, joy, and love for life, then trauma manifests because it disturbs our energy field. So, and trauma can be anything, any situation, as small as a parent maybe saying, no, you can't have this. Or going even deeper or to the other side of the spectrum, the other extreme. And this is by no means intended to judge anyone's circumstances or situations. This is purely an example for the purpose of comprehension. If a parent leaves, or a parent maybe even be dying or ending their life. And that's just two broad examples here for you to comprehend. The child will try to make sense of what's happening and also the emotions within itself. And when the environment around the child is not equipped in whatever way that might be to comfort the child and allow time and explanation to check in with the child and to reassure the child that it's not the child's fault, then something happens within that little being that brings the vibration off. And so when a situation occurs next, that will bring a certain or similar outcome, the emotion will come back. And that's when a pattern is almost formed, a behavior is formed, which then results in that individual not going anywhere near certain situations again, if that makes sense, because of the initial impact of the energetic field, of the aura of that creature, of that individual, that little child. And it can happen in young adulthood and even in adult life, actually. It's the intensities, or there's a dynamic of things that come into play when we talk about trauma. It's often a sudden situation, and it has a certain emotional impact and complexity. I'm being distracted here by my little kitty cat, one of my kitty cats. So, and when all this comes together, it causes pain, basically. And it happens on an unconscious level because we're then mentally going, something happens in our being where we're withdrawing and mentally going into a different state. And so when we are not aware, all of this happens, most of it happens on an unconscious level. It can repeat itself, and then it manifests, and then we develop a behavior, and from that behavior, you can say we develop a personality around it. So how to deal with trauma, and again, this is based from my own experience, based on my own trauma of, for those who don't know, I've lost my biological father when I was 4 years old. He ended his life. He committed suicide at home. And it took me a long time to figure out the impact of that in my life, in my adult life even, and to clear also the emotional impact and complexity it had. And my mum met somebody else, which was great. And 2 years later, and he became my stepdad, basically. And he was a beautiful father figure, beautiful, loving, kind, giving, supportive human being. And he died, unfortunately, far too early. He was only 48. So I was in my teens. And that was very sudden. He had a stroke. So within 4 days from being healthy to being hospitalized in a coma, being declared dead, we had to deal with that. And a week later, my grandfather, my mother's father, ended his life. And I'm really just sharing this not to upset anyone or to ask for you guys to feel bad or sad. I'm just sharing it to share with you that we all make experiences, some more intense, some less intense, and of all sorts. There's other trauma I experienced as well, not just about the loss of people, but the loss of people and family members is very intense, especially when you love them. And again, there is no judgment in any way. There's other types of trauma: rejection, abandonment, sexual abuse, and they all have an impact on us in different ways. They all have an energetic load, and this is what needs to be recognized. So if you are at a point in your life where you say, I notice I have trauma and I notice it is affecting me in my adult life and I want to do something about it, but I don't know what, but I can see I'm going around in a circle with regards to certain situations, people, or feelings even, and you were looking for some help to deal with that, feel free to reach out. There's a link somewhere around this video where you can access my calendar, my website, and you can book yourself in for a 20-minute complimentary chat, maybe a bit longer even, so we can get to know each other a bit better and I can get a feel for what's going on with you. and we can establish and find out whether the way I work and what I've experienced for myself, what has helped me, what I have learned through several courses, working with the subconscious, working with pain relief and trauma relief, and overcoming the impact of it all and moving forward in your life and healing, energetic, emotional healing. I work very intuitively as well. I work with shamanic approaches as well. So we are energetic beings. Remember, everything is energy, even though we have a physical body, which has got density. If you are feeling called to reach out, please do so. And if this doesn't resonate with you, that's totally fine. I still hope you gain some sort of benefit from this video and it will bring you further in your life. And if you do want to connect, just reach out through my website, theholisticsolution.net, and let's take it from there. Remember, life is a journey, and healing trauma is not done in seconds or minutes, even though there is quantum healing out there as well, and we are learning more and more about it, and there's miracles. However, when things have manifested for years, allow yourself some time, a few weeks, maybe months, for this to clear. Sometimes it might even take years as well. If you've established a behavior and a pattern within yourself, and I'm just being very honest here with you, because a lot happening in the world around trauma, and sometimes there's misconceptions. So just embrace it, go on the journey of healing, and allow yourself the time to take off those layers, to peel back those layers and get the support. Very important, get the support. Find somebody that resonates with you, that you feel comfortable with, and that has gone through some trauma themselves. That always helps. Ideally, somebody who has experienced similar to what you've experienced, in order to be really relatable and empathetic, and who can hold that space for you and can take you back to clearing this emotional load in the first place, because that's where you need to start. Become aware of it, and then tackle these emotions in a loving way. I've held space for a lot of people now to clear these childhood traumatic experiences and to release these emotions that were trapped in the bodies, quite literally. So I leave it there. I hope this helps you, and I wish you all the best on your journey through life. Maybe our paths cross. If so, hello and welcome. And if not, I wish you all the best. Either way, have a lovely, blissful day wherever you are in the world listening to this, and namaste. And remember, it's theholisticsolution.net. Have a blissful, lovely day. Namaste. See you there.